Hey yo, it's the King Fight News. Let's take a look at what the PBC brings to the table in March and what Eddie Hearn has scheduled on Dazn. And let's compare and contrast, see which one has the better schedule for March Madness. It's the King Fight News. And we got more on this. That's right. That's right. So, I did a quick video on Eddie Hearn's schedule for March. Those included several fights that involved guys like Dimitri Bivol, Joe Smith Jr., right? Bivol Jr. They got Tevin Farmer versus John O'Carroll. They got Katie Taylor versus Volantes. That's a unification fight, by the way. That's probably the best fight on the card. It's funny, every time they bring Katie Taylor to these places in the US, I would say 70% of the time she's the best fight on the card. You know, I think the last fight she had, it was kind of boring against Cindy Serrano, but otherwise, she's an exciting fighter. But we gotta see how she does against this fight, which is a unification. That's a good fight. I'll give her that. But Eddie Hearn and Dazn seem to be bringing up the rear when it comes to fights in March. Let's take a look at what the PBC has in store. Y'all know what it is. Alright, we all know Mikey Garcia versus Errol Spence is the biggest fight in March. It's a pay-per-view, so it's gotta be good. You know, it's gotta be good if we're paying for it. But you know, at the end of the day, there are also ways around watching these events without paying. The undercard: David Benavidez versus J. Leon Love, Chris Arreola versus Jean-Pierre Augustin, and Luis Neri versus McJoe Arroyo. Alright, it's not a bad undercard, it's not a great undercard. Somewhere in the middle there. David Benavidez, return of, you know, nose candy over there. You know, and I want to see what he brings. You know, I haven't seen too much of Benavidez, but there's a whole lot of talk around him. Like he could be the next great super middleweight. So that's someone to keep an eye on. Benavidez on the undercard versus J. Leon Love. Who else we got? We got Porter versus Ugas. Porter Ugas. That's a good fight. It's for the WBC interim or full champ. I guess it's the full belt now, or is it interim belt? I don't know. Sean Porter, Yordenis Ugas, who's a mandatory challenger. Peterson Lipinets is at the end of March. This is earlier in March. Undercard of Porter Ugas. F.A. Ajagba versus Amir Mansour. Hey, not a bad fight. Not a bad fight. Right? Andres Fonfara versus Edwin Rodriguez. That's not a bad fight either. These are two guys that are veterans in the light heavyweight division. And I mean, Edwin Rodriguez probably coming up to 175 for that fight. Juan Carlos Payano versus Damien Vasquez. Damien Vasquez, that's not a familiar name to me. And we got Sammy Figueroa versus oh boy, Stan Neonhis. Alright, you know, hey, it's a four fight undercard, plus you got Porter versus Ugas. The two fights that really stand out to me are F.A. Ajagba versus Amir Mansour. That could be a great fight. And Fonfara, Edwin Rodriguez could be a good scrap. Right? Porter Ugas, that's the undercard. Peterson, Lipinets. They don't have a full undercard yet. By the way, Arislandy Lara versus Brian Castano. This is going to be for the WBA Junior Middleweight Championship. Right? Arislandy Lara looking to make a name for himself once again. And there's a pretty good undercard right here as well. Luis King Kong Ortiz. Luis King Kong Ortiz versus Christian Hammer. Brian De Garcia versus Eduardo Ramirez. Alright, so what y'all think about those fights, man? This is March 2nd. This one is March 2nd, Arislandy Lara. Porter Ugas, I believe, is the week after. Spence and Garcia. And then the week after that, you got Lipinets versus Lamont Peterson. So that's the March Madness for the PBC. What do y'all think? Comment section below. E-King. Alright, so how do you think that stacks up to them UK Eddie Hearn cards that got lined up? Smith Eggington with David Price on the undercard. And he'll be... the only fight I know is David Price will be fighting an unheralded heavyweight named Cash Ali. That'll be interesting. Over here, Charlie Edwards versus Moreno. Maybe that's a good fight. Okoli ain't shit. Buatsi, watch out for him. He's a good fighter. Tevin Farmer versus John O'Carroll. You got Gabe Rosado versus Sulecki. And of course, Katie Taylor in the unification fight. What do y'all think, man? What do y'all think? You got Bivol Joe Smith Jr., Maurice Hooker on the undercard. So who has the superior schedule in March? Let me know what you guys think. It's the King Fight News. And we're out. Peace. I mean, the one thing you can say, and it's not a lot, but you can say Eddie Hearn does have more fights lined up. I mean, his cards are like stacked with like guys you've never heard of over and over and over again, man. It's crazy. But it's the King Fight News. Peace.